Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and the glory to Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. And salutations to all you sincere Akim preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Alright, now that mystery of iniquity is wickedness, man, sin. Alright. And a mystery is something that's a secret or something that's hidden. And what I want to go into is how this devil, alright, who is Esau, the so-called white man, alright, he is that mystery of iniquity. Alright, he is the wicked. Okay? And he's being revealed, alright, in all the eyes of the world. Okay? You got even 2/3 of our people, alright, calling him the Edomite. Okay? That are saying that this guy is evil. Alright, that this man is a racist. Which, your race goes deeper than your outward appearance. But you have 2/3, Israelite pastors. Alright, now when I say Israelite pastors, they are Israelites according to their lineage, but they're pastors according to this world's, religious groups. So he's a Christian, or I believe he's a Christian pastor. And, he was saying that Charlie Kirk, alright, in layman's terms, was the devil, man, was a demon. Alright. So the world is starting to see, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. This guy has already did heinous works, man. How did they, establish America? Alright, through the rape, robbery, and murder of you Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, how did they get the Caribbean? Alright, through rape, robbery, and murder of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, how did they claim the land of Israel for themselves? Alright, through rape, robbery, and murder of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. So he's already performed heinous acts, man, works of evil. Okay. During the 80s, you had the crack epidemic, all right, the AIDS influx. That all came about through this fucking devil. Okay, there's actual Edomite scientists out there that'll tell you that they deliberately created HIV, AIDS, to target you Israelites, man. Starting with the head tribe, which is the tribe of Judah, which are you so-called Negroes, man. Or you so-called African Americans, man. Okay? It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is allowing this devil to conduct wickedness, alright, to stack up, a bill. Okay? So when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai unleashes on this devil, alright, it's going to be, in the highest form of the Most High's power. Alright, the Lord is going to send his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, back, with the angels. Okay, Yahweh Shai said, look, I'm not going to meet thee as a man. Okay, he's going to come back as an unstoppable wrecking force, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to show the world power. Alright? And he's going to do it as it talks about, the Egyptian Pharaoh The Lord raised up ancient Pharaoh so he could show his power when he took his ass down. Modern day Pharaoh is Esau, the so-called white man. And the Lord is allowing him to, stack that bill in wickedness. All right. So the restitution is going to be, something out of this world, man. This devil has done great things, as the scriptures say. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is allowing him, letting this devil, until he be taken out of the way. Okay, this devil's going to come down upon us, which I'm going to get, after this. This is verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed. So at one point, it was a mystery who the Edomites were, who the wicked was. But not anymore. You have the prophets on the scene, calling upon the true names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and declaring, breaking down these scriptures to the world, man. Now, it's the gospel, it's the good news to the elect of our people. Okay, but we still preach it in the ears and eyes of the world, because you have Israelites scattered amongst all nations. All right? So this wicked is being revealed to the world. It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which are the prophets. Okay, those of us that believe, those of us that have the true doctrine. All right? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. You see? The brightness of his coming is the Lord returning in the so-called UFOs and shooting missiles at Esau, man. These nuclear weapons, were developed, starting, by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, but he gave that technology to man. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, and then the other nations through reverse engineering and spies, tapped into that knowledge. Now they got missiles. So although these nations and Esau got these missiles, they call them their own, they're actually the weapons of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's indignation. Those are the Lord's weapons. And he's going to use them primarily upon Esau, Edom, to destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay? It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You see, so this man is coming in the spirit of Satan. In all his wisdom, all his knowledge, he's pushing upon 2/3 of our people and you other nations. All right. It says, to those that receive not the love of the truth. This is the truth. Okay. That we are the true Hebrew Israelites. And keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability is actually a work. All right. Is actually you showing your faith. You must do those things. But here it is, 2/3 of our people, they cannot comprehend, nor would they even attempt to. And you other nations, well, you're heathen anyway. And Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil, who the Lord is going to destroy with the brightness of his coming. Now, me and the brother were having a quick discussion about, Esau, Edom, primarily Amalek. And Amalek is the chief house of Satan, man. All right? Amalek is the chief tribe of you Edomites, the most wicked tribe, which you're all wicked. You're all demons. All right? But Amalek, the so-called Jew, are the most filthiest bastards on the earth, man. Are the most demonic bastards on the earth. Okay? They don't go by the scriptures of the Bible. They go by the Talmud, which when you read into the Talmud, it explains how if a man child is molested, it's not too bad. Or if a woman has sex with an animal, that's not something that's condemned. But when you read the scriptures, Okay? The scriptures say if a woman has sex with or even a man, if mankind has sex with animals, the animal and that person has to be put to death. Okay? So here it is, we preach the truth. All right? Here it is, it's 2025, and this wisdom is going out full-fledged, man. Okay? To show the world the truth, who the true heirs of the throne are. And that these devils, these so-called white people that descend from Esau, Edom, all right, are going to be destroyed for all their evils, man. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Hey, you just looking at the news and seeing everything take place. We should be rejoicing and being in a higher, state of mind. Your life still sucks. You're going to catch hell. But we shouldn't be destitute or through. All right? It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. See, so, those that don't have the truth, that don't believe, it's for them to fear. It's for them to have no hope. Okay, but for us, we should be full of hope. All right? The kingdom, we're going to receive everything. We're never going to have to work again, man. All right? We're never going to catch hell, suffer anymore, man. So, yes, our lives do suck here, but the prophecy is that it's going to be so to make us a better Israelite, man. All right? That the kingdom is going to be so much more rewarding than the hell we caught, man. All right? For the hell we caught. Okay? It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, this devil, Esau, Edom, he knows he has a short time because he's being revealed. All right? Here it is. You got Israelites calling him the devil, calling him the Hebrew Edomite. Okay? So he's like, oh, fuck. Like, they know. They knew who I am. All right, how the fuck did they find out? They're bugging out. They're bugging out because we got the truth. And the scriptures say when the elect is sealed, then shall the end come. The end of what? Esau, Edom. All right, so be in high hopes. Okay. Hey, I seen a brother, GMS Lions on Fire of Rome, or Lions of Rome. Lions in Rome. Something to that effect. And that brother, he was going into how, although, we catch hell, that to pray. All right, we're gonna receive the kingdom, man. This devil, he's finished, man. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is revealing him on all platforms, man. Okay. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash, and of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.